Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park,
you're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Sydney, and in tonight's news, a gala to raise funds for grief support, and P-CCS presents a watercolor workshop.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
The New Hope Center for Grief Support invites you to an evening of fine dining and auctions to help community members dealing with loss this spring at their annual Celebration of Hope fundraiser. The gala will include dinner, dancing, 50-50 and prize raffles, and a variety of auctions. The evening's silent auction will include artwork created by children that have attended the center. Proceeds from this event will help fund future New Hope outreach events. New Hope Center for Grief Support Assistant Director Susan Arnold says that this fundraiser allows them to continue bringing hope and new beginnings to families.
Losing someone you love and all the feelings of loss that are associated with that is totally normal, but it can feel really overwhelming. So we've just found that there's great value in not only just grief education, but definitely in having peer support, being around those that have experienced the same type of loss.
The gala will be held on Friday, May 10th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Italian American Banquet and Conference Center in Livonia. For more information, visit newhopecenter.net.
P-CCS Student and Family Engagement is inviting district families to join them for an hour of creation when the department hosts its Watercolor Butterflies event. The free art class will be led by local artist Alessandra Lippman. Lippman will take painters on an exploration of color creation by helping them use popular watercolor techniques to create their own unique butterfly. The techniques used during the workshop are ones that can also be usable at home. P-CCS nurse specialist Sierra Marshall says that the class is a perfect activity for students and families alike.
This is a great opportunity to spend some quality time with people that you know and have a new experience with art.
The workshop will be held on Thursday, April 11th, and registration is required. There will be 2 sessions, with Session A beginning at 5:30 p.m. and Session B beginning at 6:45 p.m. at the West Middle School cafeteria. For more information or to register, visit pccsk12.com.
Cleanup after last week's bridge accident in Baltimore tops our look at world and national news tonight. A federal appeals court in New Orleans will decide if Texas can go forward with a controversial immigration law. A 3-judge panel for the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments today from legal teams for the state of Texas and the federal government over Texas SB 4. The law would give the state the power to arrest migrants suspected of crossing the border illegally. The founder of the World Central Kitchen wants Israel to open more pathways for food and medicine in Gaza. Celebrity chef Jose Andres wrote in a New York Times op-ed that Israel is better than blocking food and medicine to civilians. His comments come after an Israeli airstrike killed several of his aid workers in Gaza. The 7 deceased workers were reportedly driving in a deconflicted zone during the attack. A Wall Street Journal poll shows former President Trump ahead of President Biden in 6 of 7 so-called battleground states. The poll has Trump ahead by anywhere between 2 and 8 percentage points in 6 battleground states where he leads. Wisconsin is the only battleground state in which Biden leads. Government leaders in Maryland are remembering the victims of the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller led a moment of silence for the victims at Board of Public Works meeting in Annapolis this morning. The bodies of 2 workers have been recovered and 4 others are presumed dead. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Sydney. Your look at campus news is next.
With information coming at you from what seems like everywhere these days, it can be hard to find a source that focuses on information from your community. That's where 88.1 The Park comes in. Join us for Community Focus, where we shine a spotlight on the people and organizations that make Plymouth and Canton great. From chats with community leaders to information on latest events, we share the stories that matter to you every Wednesday after Newsfile at 5:30. You can also find Community Focus on Spotify and on the podcast page at 881thepark.com. Come along as we discover the heart and soul of our community.
Community Focus is brought to you by the Crum Agency of Plymouth, MEMIC Insurance Agents.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's campus news.
In campus news, Plymouth Canton Community Schools is happy to announce that kindergarten registration for the 2024-2025 school year is open for all students living within district boundaries. P-CCS offers an innovative education to students of all ages, including traditional kindergarten and young fives kindergarten for students who will turn 5 years old on or before December 1st. More information is available at pccsk12.com. Congratulations to PCEP's Lightning Robotics team. They won their district competition last week with a perfect record of 17 wins and no losses. The team's win set the stage for them to compete at the upcoming state competition. Lightning Robotics also won the first Impact Award. It recognizes the program as a team other teams should emulate. Applications are now open for southeastern Michigan families looking to give their students a P-CCS education through district's limited schools of choice program. The program, which is open to students in Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, and Monroe in Washtenaw counties, will see a maximum of 500 kindergarten through 10th grade students admitted based on available capacity in P-CCS schools. The deadline to apply is April 13th, and more information is available at pccsk12.com. For Campus News, I'm Paige. Your look at sports is next.
The K-pop universe is constantly changing with trendy comebacks and updates from all your favorite idols.
On 88.1 The Park's K-Poppin', you can hear the iconic throwbacks that paved the way for the newest songs from every genre.
We're your hosts, Anuya, Avni,
Akshaya Priya,
and Chan, and we're here to keep you in the loop with K-Poppin', the gateway to the extraordinary world of K-pop.
Whether you're a longtime fan or just starting your journey, we'll play the hits that have made the industry a worldwide sensation.
Join us every week with news updates and artist spotlights on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m.
So tune in, turn it up,
and let K-Poppin' show you the beats that are taking over the world.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports. Salem girls soccer picked up a big win yesterday when they knocked off Novi 3-1. The Rocks goals were scored by Aubrey Cristiano, Katie Sarkeesian, and Lauren Fowler. In PCEB Sports today, Plymouth softball visits Brighton to take on the Bulldogs, while Canton softball heads to Howell. The Cobras girls tennis team visits Dexter, while the Canton boys lacrosse team heads to Ann Arbor Pioneer. Last night's game between the Tigers and Mets in New York was postponed due to weather in the Queens area. The game has been rescheduled for tomorrow afternoon at 1:10 p.m. The series will continue tonight at Citi Field. Detroit enters as one of the few remaining undefeated teams in the majors at 4-0. The Mets are at 0-4. The Red Wings are off the ice a few more days. They will open up a 3-game homestand on Friday against the New York Rangers. The Wings snapped their 4-game skid with a 4-2 win in Tampa on Monday. The Wings remain tied with the Capitals for the final wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference with 82 points. The Pistons open up a 4-game road trip tonight in Atlanta against the Hawks. The Grizzlies, Nets, and 76ers will also visit during the stand. The Pistons sit at 13-62 on the season. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown has received a hefty performance bonus for his efforts last season. The NFL announced performance-based payouts yesterday, and St. Brown earned an extra $700,000 to lead the team. The performance-based pay system rewards players with lower salaries. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Leah. Traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94, your look at traffic starts now.
Think about a school ride on this Wednesday afternoon, with traffic moving at or near posted speeds on all the freeways and exits. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park, with your local weather forecast.
Expect considerable cloudiness with a couple of snow showers, perhaps mixed with rain early tonight with a low of 34. Look for breezy and chilly conditions with a thick cloud cover and a few afternoon showers tomorrow with a high of just 46. Right now in Plymouth Canton, it's 45 degrees under cloudy skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Leo, Emma, and Paige, I'm Sydney on Newsfile at 5:30. Stick around. Community Focus is next, followed by K-Poppin' at 6 and Plymouth and Canton's hit music.